What needs to change in order to stop gender-based violence? What would the practical steps be?
Well, that's such a hard thing because I feel this, for me, what I think is the problem first is the system, the patriarchal system that we have been raised into, the culture and the norms that are around into that thing. And to change that, I don't think it's something that has to happen overnight, because changing a system is really hard. It's a long journey. It's a big revolution, and but I can only say where we can begin with. And as a beginning to change the system, for me, I feel we need to be open, and we need to create a space where things are, we have a free discussion where people, like share their ideas, letting women share what their problems are, and simply opening up and having that space for women to speak up, like for example this, and like showing up and telling their stories, and then by that, then we get to understand like what is wrong with the society, because most of the times people are like, you can really talk about women abuse, like we have women there, you can do anything, like generalizing ideas, like you can be anything you want, you can break through that. But that's just like a way for me to like run away what's really the issue in the society. And yeah, so as a beginning, I feel people should give a space for to share ideas, to really open and tackle what is really wrong with the system, and in what ways women are being oppressed, in what ways, what is the shelter for, for all these crimes and abuse against women, and really go into that, to have that space opening up and showing that this is a problem, there is a problem, and these are the problems, and this is how on a daily basis women are suffering because they're women. And by creating that space, then people are able to see what's wrong, and we can together find, now how do we create a better system, and um, how do we solve this? Because I'm, even though I will as much love to have a, I don't know, a free world where everyone is free, I still think that issue will always be there. But at least feeling like if I am a woman and something happens to me, the system protects me. But I still feel like being as a woman, whatever that I go through, it would be so hard for me to like find way to break through. Like when someone asks you, what is the way to reach out when you have rape cases? Who do you go to? Like, I don't feel so much supported as a woman as a system. If you talk about in the case of Rwanda, where it's one of the 30th country in the whole world, one of the top three countries that are safe in the world. As a woman, I don't get to enjoy that much freedom as a man, because even though we're the safest country, as a woman working in the night is still not safe. So imagine living in a space where people are like, this is the safest place you can live into. But as a woman, you're like, no, no, I can't do that because I'm living in a society where as a woman, it's not okay to work to enjoy that certain freedom. So yeah, but if the system is okay, then I feel like if anything could happen, and that's how you make the oppressors or the criminals understand, like this is so dangerous to go, like if I do this, there it's bad, it's bad, like I can get away from this. But we have so many cases of men who run away with what they do because the system protects them. And that's, yeah, that's the way I feel that's what should be done, opening up and creating a space where things are openly shared, in the system where this is a bad thing and this is not something that is optional. Or you say if it's happened, it had to happen, I mean it was in the night, so what did you expect? No.
And who do you think is responsible for opening up that space?
Women mostly, yeah, women. It starts obviously with one woman to another, and that's how people like to feel free. And when you open up, other people does follow the way, but there's also limit to that. The government needs to be involved, the society needs to be involved, the parents, our mothers, needs to understand that we don't have to grow up the same way they grow up in. They need to break through, they need to give us the freedom to next generation. I don't want to like give birth and bring kids into society where it's not already safe for them to live. But yeah, yeah, I feel like it's everyone is responsible, but when it comes to this case, women have to stand up. Like, we have to ask for that space. If no one gives you the space, you have to fight for that. You have to make sure that you have your own space. So it will start with women.